Good morning, students. Welcome back again. The students of Standard 7. I am back again with part 2 of your first chapter, that is knowing our numbers, integers. I have given you a brief introduction about integers. What are integers? We have already studied in part 1. Integers means the whole numbers, that is starting from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and continuing up to infinity. Then comes negative numbers also. So a set of positive numbers, negative numbers and 0, these consist of integers. Again I tell you, integers means whole numbers, that is starting from 0, 1, 2, 3. Then comes positive numbers and negative numbers. Example, -4, -3, -2, and positive numbers are 32, 45, 54. A set of whole numbers, positive numbers and negative numbers that consist of integers. We have earlier studied the rules of addition and subtraction signs. We will have a quick revision about that also, students. That is, minus minus becomes plus, plus minus will become minus, minus plus will be minus, and plus plus will remain plus. These are the rules of addition and subtraction. In this part, today we will study about properties of addition. We will see one by one property of addition with example. The first property is closure property. You can note down these properties, the name of the properties, their definitions and also the examples in your notebook. So kindly have notebook in your hand and start writing. The first property is closure property. What do you mean by closure property? If A and B are two integers, you already know what are integers now. If A and B are two integers, then A plus B equal to C. So C will also be an integer. I repeat once again. Closure property, the first property of addition, in that if A and B are two integers, suppose we have to do addition, A and B are two integers, then C will also be an integer only. The answer of C will be in integer, not in fraction or a rational number, but a integer. I will show you by an example. Suppose plus 5 plus 3. That is 5 plus 3 because all the digits are positive. So the answer of 5 plus 3 will be 8. That is plus 8. So A plus B equal to C. So 8 is an integer. Then one more example of negative sign. Minus 10 plus minus 3. Minus minus plus. So 10 plus 3 is 13. But the sign will be of negative minus sign because minus plus, but the sign will be negative. So minus 13 is also a integer because negative numbers, plus 8 is also integer, that is positive numbers. Hence we can prove that if A plus B is calculated, we get the answer C. That answer will always be an integer if A and B are integers. Here in both the examples, these are A and B are integers. So the answer will be also an integer. This is called the closure property of addition. Now we will move forward to the second property, and the second property is commutative property. Note down the name. Commutative property. The second property is commutative property. The definition of commutative property or the explanation of commutative property goes on like, if A and B are integers, then A plus B equal to, I repeat, if A and B are integers, then A plus B equal to B plus A. This is the explanation of commutative property. That means if A and B are integers, A is also an integer, B is also an integer, then B plus A, these both will be the same thing. I will show you by an example. Note down the thing. Example, look here, 5 plus 3, or you vice versa, that is 3 plus 5. This is the same thing. Either you add 5 plus 3 or you add 3 plus 5. You will get the same answer, and that answer will be 8. Here also that answer will be 8. Positive 8. That is plus 8. So if you add either 5 plus 3 or you add 3 plus 5, the answer will be same. This is known as commutative property. I will show you one more example of negative sign. Minus 4 plus minus 3, or minus 3 plus minus 4. Minus 4 plus minus 3, or minus 3 plus minus 4. The same thing, if you add minus 4 plus minus 3 or minus 3 plus minus 4, you will get the answer minus 7. 4 plus 3, 7, and the sign will be negative, minus 7. Here also 3 plus 4, 7, minus minus plus, so 3 plus 4, 7, and the sign will be negative, that is minus 7. You got same answer in both the cases. So we can tell that if you add A plus B or you can add B plus A, you will get the same answer. This is the commutative property of addition. Now we will move forward to the third property. The third property is associative property. Let's see what is associative property. The third property of addition is associative property. In that, you can note down that if A, B, C are 3 integers, I repeat, if A, B, C are 3 integers, then A plus B in the bracket and outside C is equal to A alone and in the bracket B plus C. I repeat once again, if A, B, C are 3 integers, A, B, C are 3 integers, then A plus B in the bracket plus C is equal to A plus in the bracket B plus C. Let's see these by an example. Either you add by this way or you add by this way, you will get the same answer, that is associative property of addition. Let's see one example for this so you can understand in a better way. For example, if we take 3 numbers for A, B, C. For A, let's take 5. For B, let's take 3. and for C let's take 2. So we have taken three integers that are positive 5, 3 and 2. Now we shall put the three integers and check whether the answer is correct or not. 5 plus 3 in the bracket and outside 2 is equal to A means 5 and in the bracket B plus C, that is 3 plus 2. So 5 plus 3 is 8 plus 2. Like this way, this bracket will be solved first and after that you will add 2 to the answer of the bracket. Then here first write down 5, 3 plus 2. What is 3 plus 2? 5. So these bracket the answer will be 5. Now for this you got the answer 2. 8 plus 2 equal to 10 and 5 plus 5 equal to 10. You got the same answer for this sum. So we can prove that A plus B plus C equal to A plus B plus C. Anyway, you add the numbers, you get the same result, that is 10 or 10. The next property of addition is additive identity. Let's see the next property, that is the fourth property. The fourth property is additive identity. What is additive identity? Adding 0 to any integer. Adding 0 to any integer does not change the value of that integer. I will show you by an example. First understand this. Adding 0 to any integer does not change the value of that integer. Now what does this mean? Suppose A plus 0 is equal to A only. A plus 0 is equal to A. 2, 3 examples. 8 plus 0 is equal to A. If you add 0 to any integer, you will get that integer itself as your answer. One more example of the negative sign, that is minus 15 plus 0. Minus 15 plus 0, your answer will be minus 15 itself. That means if you add 0 to any integer, either positive or either negative, you will get that number itself as your answer. This is known as additive identity of addition, the fourth property of addition. Let's come to the fifth property of addition. The fifth property of addition is additive inverse. The fifth property is additive inverse. In that, if you add two integers in which the number is same and the signs are opposite, then the answer will be 0. What does these lines mean? This means if you add two integers in which the number is same, you will have same number, but both the numbers will have different signs. That will be one number will be positive and the other number will be negative. Then the answer will always be 0. Let's see one example for this. First, the formula, see here, a plus minus a. That means the first number a is positive, in between addition sign. If you add, see, in between addition sign, and the other number is negative. That is negative number. This is positive number, this is negative number. The same number with two opposite signs, the answer will always be 0. Example for this property, 5 plus minus 5 is equal to 0. I repeat, 5 plus minus 5 equal to 0. Why? 5 is a positive number. This is the negative number. When a positive number and a negative number, the same numbers are added with a negative sign, the answer will always be 0. One more example, 100 and minus 100 will be 0. So I hope so you have understood the 5 properties of addition. That was, the first property was closure property, the second property was commutative property, the third property was associative property, the fourth one is additive identity, and the fifth one is additive inverse, in which two opposite signs are there and the answer will be 0. Our next topic will be the properties of subtraction. The first property of subtraction is closure property. Earlier we have studied the closure property in the property of addition. The same thing applicable here. Closure property. If two integers, that is a and b, are subtracted, the result c will be an integer only. That means a and b are two integers. If we subtract b from a, we will get answer c, and that answer will be an integer. I will show you this by an example. For example, 10 minus 5. The question is 10 minus 5. Here both are integers. So the answer will be 5. 5 is also an integer. Then comes negative integers. These both are negative integers. Minus 8 minus minus 3. I repeat once again. Minus 8 minus minus 3. So minus 8. Then this bracket will get open. That means minus minus will become plus. Minus minus will be plus 3. Minus 8 plus 3 will be minus 5. So you will get the answer minus 5, that is a negative integer. I repeat once again the closure property. Closure property means if two integers are subtracted from one another, you will get an answer C. That answer will be an integer only. That answer cannot be a rational number, a fraction or any other type of numbers, but you will get the answer as an integer only. Let's come to the second property of addition, and the second property of addition is commutative property. What is the second property of subtraction? Commutative property. In commutative property, if a and b are two integers, then if you subtract a minus b and b minus a, you will not get the same result. I will show you by a symbolic form. That means if you subtract a minus b and b minus a, you will not get the same result, not equal to b minus a. That is a minus b not equal to b minus a. How it is possible? In the commutative property of addition, it was possible that sorry, a plus b is equal to b plus a. But in the case of commutative property of subtraction, a minus b is not equal to b minus a. Example, let's take a as 10 and let's take b as 5. A is 10, b is 5. So your answer will be 5. Then here b, so let's take 5 as b and a is 10. 5 minus 10 is minus 5. Why minus 5? Because 5 is a positive integer, 10 is a negative integer. So if you subtract a bigger number from a smaller number, you will get a negative sign, that is minus 5. So 5 is not equal to minus 5. These both are different. The numbers are same but the signs are different. This is commutative property of subtraction. The third property of subtraction is associative property. The third property is associative property of subtraction. Now what is associative property? The integers are not associative in subtraction. In addition, we have seen that if you add a plus b plus c, or if you add in bracket a plus in the bracket b plus c, you will get the same answer. But here you will not get the same answer. Let's take examples. There are three integers a, b and c. In a, let's take 10. In b, let's take 8, and in c, let's take 2. Now, a minus b minus c not equal to a, b minus c. This is not possible in the case of associative property of subtraction. Let's put the value and check whether it is possible or not. A is 10, b is 8, and outside c is 2. Your answer will be 10 minus 8 is 2, 2 minus 2 is 0. Now come here to the next side. A is 10 minus, b is 8 and c is 2. Therefore, 8 minus 2, first we will solve the bracket. 8 minus 2 is 6 and then 10 minus 6 is 4. So, in both the cases you got different answers. That is, in the first case you got 0. In the second case you got 4. So, you got different answers. That means associative property is not applicable in the case of subtraction. It is only applicable in the case of addition. Coming back to the fourth property of subtraction, that is property of 0. The next property is property of 0, the fourth property. Property of 0 means if you subtract 0 from any integer, you get the same integer as your result. I repeat again, in the case of property of 0, if you subtract 0 from any integer, you get the same integer as your result. in the symbolic form we can write down, this is the integer. If you subtract 0, you get the integer, that is a itself, as your answer. I will show you one example, that is, if you subtract 0 from 5, your answer will be 5 itself. If you subtract 100 and 0, your answer will be 100 itself. This is the property of 0. The last property is property of 1. The last property of subtraction is property of 1. Note down the last property, that is the fifth property of subtraction. Property of 1. If 1 is subtracted from an integer, you get the answer, the preceding number of that integer. For example, if 1 is subtracted from an integer, you get the answer preceding number of that integer. I will show you an example. If 1 is subtracted from 5, your answer will be 4. So 4 is the predecessor of 5. If you subtract 1 from 100, your answer will be 99. So the rule is, the answer will also always be a predecessor of the number. Note down your homework, students, that you have to submit in the given WhatsApp numbers. Your homework for today: multiply the numbers. First one is minus 28 into plus 33. The second one is minus 4 into minus 4 into minus 4. Third one is minus 70 into minus 35 into 0 into minus 63. Fourth one is minus 3 into 1 into minus 2 into minus 2. And the fifth one is minus 4 into minus 6 into minus 3 into minus 2. This is your question 1, that is multiply the numbers. And the next is divide the numbers. In that, minus 48 divided by minus 8. Minus 300 divided by minus 10. Try these sums by yourself in your notebook and submit timely in the WhatsApp numbers given to you in your group, the 7 sums. We will continue this chapter in part 3 of the video. Till then, stay safe, stay home. Thank you, students.